Hey man, it's your boy TJ, man. We back with another YouTube video, man. We got forgetting NFL All Pro receiver the 2010. I'll bring back memory. First nigga I see Julio, nigga crazy.
Julio Jones.
Ryan skips through it, throws on the run.
Still can't believe how y'all choked this Super Bowl, fam. Y'all, this shit was a blowout. This shit was supposed to be a blowout.
DeSean Jackson.
That was up like 28-10. Oh my God, this nigga was crazy.
And he will take it 81 yards.
OBJ.
And Manning's gonna heave one. There's a flag.
I'm like, that catch gonna live on forever though. That catch will never be forgotten. I swear to God.
DeAndre Hopkins.
That boy D-Hop. Oh my God.
What a catch. Oh, DeAndre Hopkins.
Michael Thomas.
MT. Injuries ruined this nigga, fam. Injuries ruined this nigga.
There was a time when Sundays felt different. Julio Jones had the athleticism, DeSean Jackson had the speed, OBJ had the swagger, DeAndre Hopkins had the magic, and Michael Thomas had the hands. Together, they formed the greatest era of wide receivers the NFL may have ever seen. So today we're going back to toe-tap touchdowns, jaw-dropping catches, and pure domination. These are the 2010s wide receivers that will bring back memories, starting with Julio Jones.
Julio, well, this nigga was crazy.
Now, here's the thing. There's wide receivers, and then there's Julio Jones. He was 6'3", 220 pounds, had 4.3 speed, and a catch radius that made quarterbacks look better than they were. From 2014 to 2019, Julio led the entire NFL in receiving yards, and no one else was even close. In that 6-year stretch, he averaged 104 yards per game, and in 2015, he had a season for the ages. 136 catches, 1,879
God, that's
yards,
Luke Kuechly, but Luke Kuechly, I don't know who he thought you
were,
boy. All that Luke Kuechly, watch out.
Ever
this nigga out ridiculous, boy.
And in 2016, he followed it up with 1,400 yards
that boy Matty
in
Ice
just
was a problem too, though.
games. But his numbers don't even tell the full story. That's because, well, when you watched him actually play the game, he could break open the game at any moment.
Exactly,
Double teams,
bro.
he bullied through them.
Not...
Press coverage, he was too fast off the line. And every once in a while, he delivers something so outrageous, it didn't feel real. Like in a game against the Panthers in 2016, he had 12 catches, 300 yards, and a touchdown. Only 6 players in history have ever hit.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the game when he lost Luke Kuechly, I think they broke the Panthers record. I think Panthers put to go undefeated. I think they was the only team that beat them.
300 yards in a game, and Julio did it with ease. Then there was the Super Bowl catch, toe tapping on the sideline, midair with a defender draped all over him. One of the most incredible plays in Super Bowl history, even if the Falcons didn't finish the job. By the time he did leave Atlanta, though, Julio had racked up 7 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pro selections, 12,896 receiving yards with the Falcons, the most in franchise history, and a career total of over 13,600 yards, making him top 20 all-time. But here's the thing that made Julio really special, though. He didn't need all the attention. He didn't dance, he didn't trash talk, he didn't chase the spotlight. He just lined up, torched your defense, and jogged back like it was a regular day at work. In an era full of flashy receivers, Julio let his game do the talking, and it screamed greatness. He wasn't just a product of a good offense or a lucky system, he was the system. Ask any defensive coordinator from that era, if you were facing the Falcons, your biggest fear wasn't Matt Ryan. It was number 11 lined up wide, waiting to ruin your Sunday. But while Jones was a 6'3" monster, DeSean Jackson was quite the opposite.
DeSean Jackson, but this nigga right here is crazy.
Standing only about 5'10" and 175 pounds, Jackson wasn't the biggest receiver, but that didn't matter. He was lightning in cleats, the definition of home run speed. Every time DeSean Jackson touched the ball, you held your breath, because in a split second, he could flip the entire game. One cut, one burst, one missed tackle, and he was gone.
Remember that, though, boy.
On first down, fires downfield. It's DeSean Jackson back in the lineup. Missed the last 7 games, and he will take it 81 yards.
I remember this game. This was like first game back.
And that's the thing, too.
Crazy.
In the 2010s, no one was better at taking the top off of defenses quite like DeSean Jackson. He led the NFL in yards per catch 4 times in his career, And from 2010 to 2019, he was the king
Oh
of
my
the deep
God.
ball. He had 26 career touchdowns of 60 yards or more, the most in NFL history. And everybody remembers the Monday
Oh
Night
my
Football game
God, bro. Don't come
2010.
back. This nigga right here, bro. You lost your job this night, boy. He know he lost his job. Look at him before he kicked the ball. He already looking stupid. 12 seconds left. Kick the ball out of bounds, nigga. Why would you kick it to him? Are you kicking it to Deshaun Jackson?
Eagles versus
You
Giants.
gotta be the
Game is
dumbest nigga
tied,
ever,
final
bro.
seconds. The Giants
Like,
punt it
why?
away, and Deshaun muffs it. But then
Waits.
Dumb,
It's a
like,
line
this
drive
nigga
kick.
dumb.
Jackson bobbles it and now has to try and recover. Deshaun Jackson gets a block.
Oh my
Are
God.
you kidding? Deshaun Jackson still not in and now in for the touchdown, no flags.
in his prime, he put
Crazy.
up multiple 1,000-yard seasons with different quarterbacks in different systems. 1,056 yards in 2013 with the Eagles, 1,169 yards in 2014 with the Washington Redskins, 1,005 yards in 2016 in DC again, and even in 2019 at the age of 32, he opened the season with 2 deep touchdowns in his
Y'all
first
remember
game
that? Boy,
back
that
with
was
Philly.
crazy.
When you look back at the 2010s, he was one of the most electric players in the league. A walking, talking highlight reel with turbojets in his shoes. Julio Jones had the athleticism, Deshaun Jackson had the speed, OBJ had the
Nah,
swagger.
Deshaun Jackson was crazy, but OBJ, injuries too with this nigga.
And Manning's going to heave one. There's a flag. Beckham, one-handed catch. How in the world?
Oh my goodness.
Told you, bro, this shit never not gonna get old,
The
bro.
greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Every generation has a player that shakes up the entire league. In the 2010s, that player was Odell Beckham Jr. But while most remember OBJ for his one-handed catch, Odell was special before and after that moment. Surprisingly enough, too, he didn't start until week 4.
Oh yeah, one more thing, bro. I'm hearing y'all saying OBJ ain't nothing without that one hand catch. Bro, if you watch football, he did more than just that one hand catch. He did way more than that one hand catch.
Of his rookie
Way more than
season
that.
and still went
I was like, that
crazy.
one hand
In his
catch put
first
him up
3
there though, but he
seasons,
did
he
way
put
more
up
than that.
1,305 yards and 12 touchdowns, 1,450 yards and 13 touchdowns, then 1,367
Like,
yards
this nigga didn't
and
get
10
hurt,
touchdowns.
bro. This nigga would have been
That's
a Hall
over
of Famer.
4,000 yards and 35 touchdowns faster than anyone
I swear
in
to God,
NFL
this nigga
history
didn't get
at
hurt.
the
This
time.
nigga would be a
And
Hall
he
of
did it
Famer.
all with crazy catches, blazing speed, and fearless
Nigga would have been
plays
top
across the
5.
middle. Defenses had to double
F all that. Hall of Fame and top 5 receiver of all time. If the injuries didn't happen. The injuries didn't happen, but this nigga
and
crazy,
safeties
boy.
had to shade his way, and it's
Do you have a car? Do you have a clean driving record? Did you know that you could pay as low as $39 a month and
still didn't matter. But that's the cool part too. OBJ wasn't just a star on the field, the dude was everywhere. Red carpets, Drake's house, dancing on boats before playoff games, from custom cleats to viral dance
They made a
moves,
whole
he was
dance of that
bigger than
boy.
football, and that came with chaos. Sometimes the fire that made him electric burned just a little too hot. Like that time he headbutted a kicking net, then hugged it the next week after scoring. Or my favorite, the
I ain't gonna lie, this one, I was just gonna say him and Josh Norman, dude, them boys were beefing, dude. I think y'all gotta let me know which one better. Akeem Talib and Michael Crabtree or Josh Norman and Odell, bro.
fight with Josh Norman where they turned a football game into a
I ain't gonna lie,
personal
I think it
grudge
was
match,
Crabtree, though,
complete
because
with late
nigga
hits, helmet
snatched his
swings,
chain and
and
shit.
chaos after every whistle. He'd throw punches
Oh
on
my
the field
God.
and parties off of it. OBJ was an absolute roller coaster. You never knew if you were going to get an insane touchdown or an emotional meltdown, but either way, it was entertaining. Later in his career, injuries did begin to pile up, and the trade to Cleveland looked good on paper, but never
He only went
truly
to Cleveland
clicked.
because last
Still,
year.
he did make it to the Super Bowl with the Rams in 2021 and scored a touchdown before tearing his ACL.
Yeah, he would've
on the
won Super Bowl
biggest
MVP if he didn't get hurt.
Well, kind of actually.
He would've won that
Turns
Super Bowl
out that,
MVP.
well, Odell Beckham didn't even have an ACL in that game.
What?
Yes. Odell Beckham Jr. had been playing without an ACL the entire season.
What?
And you're probably asking, how is that even possible? Well, no one really even knows. Doctors just say that he let the
For real?
adrenaline carry him through every single play. And the wildest part, too, was that he knew. OBJ
Nah,
had
but that's
known his
crazy.
ACL was gone from the jump, but he didn't care. He bet on himself anyway, played through it anyway, put his body on the
That nigga
line
was
for
going
a shot
dumb
at
in that Super
glory,
Bowl,
and
though.
he got his Super Bowl ring. And despite many injuries, OBJ is still playing the game of football. That is, if anyone does decide to sign him, because he
Even though
is
he didn't do
currently a
shit
free
for us
agent
though,
at the
but
time of this video. But while OBJ was a loud player, DeAndre
he didn't do
Hopkins
shit for
didn't
the
need to
Dolphins
yell.
though.
He didn't
D-Hop.
flex after every catch or demand the spotlight because his game spoke louder than words ever could.
6 seconds. Murray.
I remember this cat. Brrr. Look, Poyer, Tre'Davious White, Michael Hyde. But that's 3 Pro Bowlers. He just lost 3 Pro Bowlers. Think of that. That's 3 Pro Bowlers.
Hopkins was the silent assassin of the 2010s, quiet, calculated, and absolutely unstoppable.
Oh my
He came
God.
into the league in 2013 with the Houston Texans and didn't waste a second. Even as a rookie, you could see
And look at
the
the
footwork,
quarterbacks who
the
we were
hands,
playing
the
with.
control. He
Matt
wasn't the
Schaub,
fastest
come
guy
on,
on
Sam.
the field, but he always got open. And when the ball was in the air, it was already his. But here's what makes his story so wild. For the first half of his career, he had no elite quarterback. From
No elite
2013
quarterback.
to 2016, Hopkins caught passes from Matt Schaub, Ryan
Matt Schaub.
Fitzpatrick, Case Keenum, Ryan Mallett, Brian Hoyer, Tom Savage, Brock Osweiler, and TJ Yates. That's 8
Come
different
on, fam.
quarterbacks in
8
4
different
years, and
quarterbacks.
he still dominated. In 2015, he had 11 receptions, 1,521 yards, and 11 touchdowns with 4 quarterbacks. He didn't complain, he didn't make excuses, he just lined up, ran crisp routes, and destroyed defenses. And once Deshaun Watson arrived in 2017, that's when Hopkins leveled up from star to superstar. From 2017 to 2019, he averaged over 105 catches, 1,300 plus yards, and 10 touchdowns a year. He was
Damn.
named first team All-Pro 3 times and made the Pro Bowl 5 years in a row. And every year,
I feel
you
like
could count on
D-Hop
2
gonna go
things.
crazy with the Ravens
He'd be
though.
at the top of the league in
Feel like he
stats,
gonna go back
and
to
he'd
the
make
play
a
he was.
ridiculous
He got an
how
elite
did he catch
quarterback.
that play at least
D-Hop with
once
an
a
elite
game.
quarterback? Boy,
Fast
that's
forward to
crazy.
2020, Cardinals versus Bills. Final seconds,
With a
Kyler
good
Murray
quarterback,
rolls
you gotta
out
be
and
elite to
launches
be
a
good.
50-yard Hail Mary. 3 defenders are in perfect position, but somehow Hopkins goes up
Brrr.
and
Oh
rips
my
it away.
God.
It was one of the greatest catches of the decade, and he made it look
Yeah,
routine.
yeah.
And, well, that was the thing about Hopkins. He wasn't flashy or loud, but the dude was automatic. In 2018, he had 115 catches and 0 drops. DeAndre Hopkins was the kind of player who could beat you with precision, power, and patience. And yes, while he currently is on the Ravens, he isn't the same player he used to be. But when you talk about
Now I feel like he
2010's
gonna get back to that
wideouts, he
same player.
has to be on the list.
Like, I feel like, bro, like, so he like, cause Zay y'all like, I think Zay and Bateman y'all number 1 and 2, so D-Hop gonna be like y'all number 3. I can see him get about 500, 600 yards
Because pound for
with the
pound,
Ravens.
game for game, nobody was more reliable than D-Hop. He just somehow found ways to get open, much like Michael Thomas could. Despite not
MT,
being the
this crazy. I don't know
fastest
what
or the
happened to this
flashiest,
nigga, dog.
if you threw him the ball, he was going to catch it. Simple as that. Thomas entered the league
Injuries
in
killed this
2016
nigga,
and
boy.
immediately
Injuries
clicked with
ruined this
Drew
man
Brees like
career.
they've been playing for years. In his rookie season, he put up 92 catches, 1,137 yards, and 9 touchdowns, and that was just the warm-up. Because every year after that, he got even better. More targets, more yards, more catches, more dominance. From 2017 to 2019, he led the NFL in total
Oh my
receptions.
God.
He made 3
I'm like, when I
straight
first
Pro
heard
Bowls,
about this nigga, I was
earned
like,
2
who the hell
first-team
this is?
All-Pro
Boy, this
honors,
nigga
and
crazy.
became the #1 weapon in the Saints offense. Then came 2019, the year that Michael Thomas broke football. 149 catches, the most in a single season in NFL
Damn.
history, which accounted for 1,725 yards and 9 touchdowns. The dude caught everything. Short routes, deep ends, contested grabs, it didn't matter. They
That dude
called
was a
him Can't
dog for
Guard
sure.
Mike for a
Nigga
reason.
was
He
ridiculous.
didn't need big plays either.
Oh my
He
God.
would just drain your defense 10 yards at a time, first down, first down, first down. He was a possession machine, reliable, physical, and impossible to throw off his rhythm. But just as fast as he rose, everything crashed. In 2020, he dealt with a nagging ankle injury that just wouldn't go away. He missed most of the season, then more injuries in 2021, then a setback in 2022. From 2020 to 2023, he played in only 20 games. Even
Damn.
off the field, things got messy too. Frustration with the team, trade rumors, social media jabs, the perfect Saints Breeze connection was gone, and so was the can't guard Mike magic. Just like OBJ, Thomas is currently a free agent looking for a new team. And while
Damn,
no one
that's
wants these guys
crazy.
now, there definitely was a time when every team in the league would have done anything to have them. They were the highlight, the headline, and the reason we watched football every week.
I ain't gonna
Because
lie, I
these were
feel
the wide
like,
receivers that made Sunday special, the
hell
ones that
yeah,
bring back memories we'll never be able to forget.
they definitely brought back memories though. Deshaun, Julio, OBJ, but they were fun to watch back then, boy. They were fun to watch, boy. You made it this far in the video, man. Make sure you like, subscribe. Come on.